Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation by offering comfortable and spacious cabins. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today. And live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
All right, places, please. The Daily Migs Show is on deck. Guitars plugged in. Drums ready to go. Chickens. Other animals. And action. This is the Daily Migs Show on The Rock with Taryn Daly and Steve Migs.
While listening to the Daily Migs Show, please refrain from any unnecessary finger gesturing.
99.9 KISW.
Good morning, everyone. It is a glorious morn.
Yes.
A beautiful Tuesday thus far.
Okay.
Steve, has Tatum caught her first fish yet?
She knows she doesn't eat meat.
No, it doesn't mean you can't go catch and release.
Why would we do that?
What are you talking about? Why not?
Well, what kind of weird question is that? First of all, what do you think we are?
City folks just don't get it.
Yes, yesterday she just jumped into the Puyallup River and grabbed one with her teeth like a freaking bear. She spit it back in.
Of
you know,
course,
'cause
of course.
Vegan.
Catch and release.
I mean,
Yeah.
slight bite, but she spit that bite out. Yeah.
I mean, my child is not, if he catches a trout, he's not going to eat it by any means.
Right now, no. To answer your question, no, she has not caught any fish yet. Neither has his father, her mother, her grandparents. Not in the last 5 years. Not even in the last 20 years.
Well, Barrett has yet to catch his first fish, and I'm starting to feel a little bit guilty about it because we have taken him. He's just not very lucky so far.
Well, if you want, float me like $20. I'll get a scuba outfit. I'll have like a dead fish, and I'll swim under there, and I'll just attach it to it. That way, it looks like he.
That could be helpful.
Yeah.
Because I'm starting to feel like I'm letting him down a little bit, but I'm hoping maybe like this coming weekend or something, we can get this kid his first fish.
How often is he going fishing?
I mean, we've gone a handful of times. We have friends that live on Lake Howard, so that's kind of the cool spot in the area. We live near 7 lakes, so I mean, the fact that he hasn't caught a fish is very embarrassing.
So how many, like, do you have like little tactics? Do you put like a worm on it? Do you have like one of those like little things?
First of all,
like
I'm not in charge when there's fishing. It's like it's either Brad, my husband Brad, or somebody else. Like I'm just there for the
I'm
drinking
trying
a
to make
beer.
sure that they're crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's to catch this fish for poor Barrett.
Well, I did learn a fun fact though about fish.
Yeah.
What do you call a fish with no eye? A fish.
Hold on. Let's try that one again, please. Please, hit us with that one again.
What do you call a fish with no eye?
I don't know what.
A fish.
Much better.
Let's inform their alcoholics.
Knowledge is power. So give us 5-ish minutes, and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daily Migs Download.
A.K.A. the DMD.
Here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
Well, it is, hey... First of all, thanks to Palace Law for giving us the DMD, but also it is National Childhood Depression Awareness Day. So maybe you need to help Barrett catch a fish so he could get out of a rut.
Right?
Has Tatum caught her first fish yet?
Maybe we need to take them to one of those little places where they make it very easy. You know, they just have like a big pool of fish.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I think you were talking about like the Pike Place Fish Market. It's very easy to catch a fish there.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little
so
slippery. Okay, anyways. It's also, isn't it like National Teacher
It's
Day?
Teacher Appreciation Week, all week long.
Oh, but today's like the day.
The day. It's like the number one day. I didn't get anything for Barrett's teacher.
Shoot. I should text my wife. Get like a Starbucks gift card as they go into preschool today.
That's a good call.
Yeah, it's not a bad pick. Hey, Seattle Mariners. I'm glad I went to bed when I went to bed because the game was tied. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should stay up. I ended up going into extra innings and they ended up losing 7-6. So I'm very glad I went to bed. Woke up this morning disappointed as opposed to going to bed disappointed. But you know, like J.P. Crawford continues to hit. Jorge Polanco continues to hit. Julio Rodriguez continues to do jackass. But you know, eventually he's going to turn it around. I have faith in Julio, don't you?
Oh, sure.
But I have to say, I was watching the game. I have yet to watch the A's. They don't even have a home. The Sacramento A's. That ballpark, I know it's like a smaller ballpark because it's not meant for pro baseball or Major League Baseball. It's a cool looking ballpark. I really love like the aerial footage of like just seeing how it all looked. It kind of had like that small town charm to it.
It's very cozy.
Would have been a lot cooler if the Mariners won though.
Totally.
Because the A's are pretty hot too. So now they're just one game behind the Mariners for first place.
Speaking of sports, the Seattle Kraken, they've fallen to number 8 in the overall pick for the 2025 NHL draft after entering the lottery, having 6th best odds. But even though they dropped a couple spots there, they still hold 7 total picks. They get 2 in the second round. And then meanwhile, still in search of Dan Bylsma's replacement. So we need a head coach.
Yeah, we also, it's so funny though. You go and see when they make the announcement of like the order and everybody's like, it's rigged. I hate this. This thing is so bullcrap, except for the Islanders fans. We're like, finally, it works to our advantage. So hopefully the Kraken do something good during the offseason, but most importantly, find themselves a head coach.
We need a leader.
All right, there was a woman in Kentucky. Has Barrett, okay, you asked about Tatum buying fish. Not buying fish, catching fish. Has Barrett purchased anything off of Amazon without you knowing yet?
Not yet. I mean, he's added things to my shopping list with my Alexa. But he has not actually made a purchase. Has this happened to you now?
No, but I'm getting nervous about it because now Tatum has figured out how to use the microphone on my phone, so she can now she's been Google searching things.
Oh, wow.
Granted, all she's been searching recently is Pikachu and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Those are classics.
Just to see pictures of them. Yeah. But there's a woman in Kentucky that said that her second grader ordered 30 cases of Dum-Dums, yes, the suckers, through Amazon. And here she is talking about it.
I just panicked, and then when I saw what the number was, I just about fainted. This was just a fluke thing that happened. He told me that he wanted to have a carnival, and he was ordering the Dum-Dums as prizes for his carnival. So, you know.
Okay, this kid rules, by the way.
How big is this carnival? How many people are we expecting?
Well, 30 cases equals to 70,000 suckers.
You know, again, he was being friendly. He was being kind to his friends.
Now they all get suckers.
You would think that there'd be some sort of like a safety measure in place when you order things on Amazon. Like, hey, are you sure you want to buy 30 cases, 70,000 suckers?
Yeah, but the kid's going to say yes, I'm sure.
Maybe like an email back to the the account owner or something like that. Like, can you click and confirm? Because that is insane.
If only these phones had ways to kind of lock their phones so other people besides yourself can't get on them. I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's our fault if our kids make a stupid purchase like that, not Amazon's.
Willy-nilly putting faith in them.
Hey, as far as weather, it's going to be a beautiful day today. We're hitting a high of 76 degrees today. It's going to be sunny, so find a reason to get outside. The DMD is brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, and that's what's up.
The Daily Migs Show.
Yesterday, we chatted with Mariners broadcaster Gary Hill Jr., a very exciting time to be chatting with our friend. And he ended up sharing a story about a former member of the Mariners crew that was absolutely bonkers.
He caught the rug on fire. There's like this fire going, and they throw some milk that all they had. They didn't have water anymore, so they throw this milk on the fire.
So who did that and why? We're going to tell you all about it at 6:20.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are designed to outlast and outlive, combining raw power with precision engineering, all backed by Toyota's legendary reputation for reliability. Climb inside a Tundra and experience the uncompromising strength. With its available iForce Max engine, the Tundra delivers exceptional power, torque, and towing capacity. Plus, the spacious and high-tech cabin keeps you connected on the run. Or check out a Tacoma. Agile, dependable, and unstoppable. The Tacoma's designed for those who go beyond the trails. Stay ahead of the pack with available off-road features like crawl control. Or break out your tunes with the available portable JBL speaker. Toyota trucks are built to last, year after year, mile after mile. So outlast every adventure and outlive the moment. Buy a Tundra or Tacoma today. Visit buyatoyota.com, the official website for deals. Or stop by your local Toyota dealer to find out more. Toyota, let's go places.
This Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver rules.
Oh, yeah!
That couldn't have been
Macho Man Randy Savage indeed. Yeah, a.k.a. you're in a Bosch. I'm a macho manifestation of that feeling you get when you use that 2-in-1 impact driver.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, say it with your chest, brother. Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
Well, we'll work on that.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Yesterday, we had a fantastic chat with Mariners broadcaster Gary Hill Jr.
I freaking love Gary.
He might be my new favorite person ever.
Such a good dude.
He ended up sharing a story about Sweet Lou Piniella.
And we're talking to Gary Hill Jr., one of our broadcasters for the Seattle Mariners. And speaking of broadcasters, joining you in the booth was Jay Buhner. I got to imagine you have a Jay Buhner story. And if you do, can you share it with us?
It's the greatest. You know, it's so funny. I'm a Tacoma kid, so I grew up a Mariners fan. And so, you know, it's funny because I do this job. It's my everyday. I get used to it. But there are moments in this thing where I'm like, I am here talking to Jay Buhner, who I watched as a kid, was one of my heroes as a kid. And then I'll go downstairs and I'll have a chat with Edgar Martinez. And it's like, what is going on?
What is my life?
I can't believe this is happening. You know, I'm just chatting with Dan Wilson, like all these guys that I was a huge fan of growing up. And yeah, I'm just interacting with them in my daily life. I love having Jay around. He's super fun. He's super funny. I love hearing the old stories about back in the day as well. He was talking about, man, I had not heard this one, where he was talking about Lou Piniella after a ball game. And, you know, they had the post-game meal for the players on this long table. And Lou, of course, was super mad after a game, you know, which would happen from time to time, and just flips the thing over, right? And the food goes everywhere. And there was like, he caught the rug on fire, right? And so there's like this fire going, and they throw some milk that all they had. They didn't have water anymore, so they throw this milk on the fire, and they chose not to clean it the rest of the year. So everything smelled like burned.
No.
So great. It's stuff like that. I love it.
That's Sweet Lou for you.
I've heard of Lou Piniella meltdowns. I didn't know he set fire to carpets.
Oh, I love it. Yes. Isn't that great?
There was something about the visual of a Mariners clubhouse where there's a little bit of a fire and people are like, we need to put this fire out quick, grab something, and somebody comes over. I don't know why. I'm picturing like Ken Griffey Jr. with like a jug of milk. You're like, here, this will do the trick.
I mean, I'm just, in my brain, I'm thinking like that smell must have been so rancid.
Yeah.
I mean, it would probably like soak like into your pores and stuff, into your clothing.
Maybe they had a good year. And they should be doing that now.
Maybe that's the good luck charm.
Well, Sweet Lou was known for that. Like he was known for like these epic meltdowns. And when he was sharing the story, I started picturing there was a time when I first started working in radio. It was day one working at the end. So it was my first big break of like getting to work at a big radio station. Worked at some small ones before that. And I was so excited. I show up to work, and there was a guy who I worked with having an epic meltdown. I had yet to meet this guy. And so he's in a little production room, kind of like how like we have our phone screeners booth, a small box. Mm-hmm. And I swear it was like a cartoon. You just see all these reels and carts. Like back in the day, before we had everything computerized, there were like these cartridges, and like they were like cassette tapes or 8-tracks, and everything's flying, hitting the walls. I'm like, what the hell? He's having a straight up meltdown. He walks out. Like as if nothing happened, says, hey, I'm blah, blah, blah. Nice to meet you. Shakes my hand, goes back in there, continues to melt down. And that was like his thing. He would be melting down in a room by himself. But whenever he was around any of us coworkers, he was like the most pleasant guy. It was like the funniest thing.
He just needed a little moment to get it out of his system, I guess.
100%.
Often.
Did you ever have somebody who was like a I don't know if we would say that guy was like a Lou Piniella, but like the person who had epic meltdowns at work?
I mean, not really. I had this boss back in the day that he just had this. He was from upstate New York, and he just had this different kind. He just had a different kind of attitude when it came to like sales and things like that. So
I bet he was from Schenectady.
Oh God, I would take him out on calls with me, and I would have been like working trying to like sell this client for months, and then I'd bring him on a call, and he would like blow it for me all the time, and not because he was like having a meltdown, but just because he had this like attitude,
that energy.
And I'm like, dude, you're ruining everything for me. And then he's like, why are you so bad at your job? And I'm like, because you're destroying all of my good hard work, sir.
We need to take that energy level and knock it down a few notches.
It was just awful.
Now, Danny, have you been around any workers that have had epic meltdowns that we don't know?
No, actually, no, Steve, I have not.
All right, what about ones that we do know? Hey.
Well, maybe we have some Lou Piniella type stories in our listening audience, Steve Migs. What was your Lou Piniella moment, maybe personally, or maybe a coworker had a Lou Piniella moment? Give us a call now, 206-803-ROCK.
The Daily Migs Show.
Former Mariners manager Lou Piniella once had such an epic meltdown that he set fire to the carpet. Have you ever witnessed an epic meltdown at your workplace? 206-803-ROCK. Maybe you had a Lou Piniella boss at one point. Or what was your Lou Piniella moment? 206-803-ROCK. We're going to take these calls and hear your stories after Guns N' Roses. Former Mariners manager Lou Piniella had an epic meltdown one time that was so gnarly, he ended up setting fire to the carpet.
He caught the rug on fire. There's like this fire going, and they throw some milk that all they had. They didn't have water anymore, so they throw this milk on the fire.
And they said that the entire locker room or wherever it was smelled like burnt milk for like the rest of the season.
So have you ever worked with a Lou Piniella type of individual, or maybe you had a Lou Piniella moment yourself? Call now and tell us the story. 206-803-ROCK.
Got a few great text messages. This one said, I worked at an Outback Steakhouse. It was in the middle of a busy rush on a Saturday, which is always crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Outback. Bloomin' onion, baby. Sorry. My manager got upset about something, picked up a potato off of a plate that was supposed to go out, chucked it across the room. It stuck to the wall. Everybody looked around in silence, and then they just went about on their business like as if he didn't throw the potato.
I feel like the fact that it stuck on the wall would have made me bust out laughing.
Yes.
That's not what I would have been expecting.
Like, I didn't ask for mashed potatoes, sir. No, probably not a good idea to say that. This one, I think, might be my favorite of all the meltdowns. And it didn't really happen like where it was like a physical meltdown, a verbal meltdown. It was a cyber meltdown.
Oh.
Apparently, this probably heard some text and said, my buddy got passed up on a promotion to an underqualified guy. And he had the best meltdown. He sent a reply all email to 400 plus of our employees. He titled it, I'm out. It included a list of everybody he hated. And then it ended with him saying, F you all except Tim. I'm Tim. And added a meme of SpongeBob walking out of the Krusty Krab.
Oh, my gosh.
You know, sometimes I get so annoyed. I think we all do with the reply alls. And like, you're just like, okay, we don't need to reply all day with this crap, do we? All freaking day.
It's bad email etiquette.
And it's like, there's no way to opt out. Now, that's a reply all I would like to be a part of.
I will subscribe to that email. 206-803-ROCK. Have you ever worked with a Lou Piniella, having meltdowns all the time? Or what was your Lou Piniella moment? 206-803-ROCK. Dakota from Renton, tell us your story.
Hey, I was working at a place in Kent, and the owners were just known to be like the most angry people. Like, customers do it all the time, but all the employees knew it especially. And like, I was out stocking shelves, and my coworker, he was a good buddy of mine, and he was doing something, and then just the owner just came up and just like in front of like a whole crowd of people, like customers, like elderly people and everything. He told this guy, he's like, what are you doing? Can you please pull your head out of your ASS? And so he, like, constant, on a consistent basis, he would do this and cuss in front of like customers. There's they had a few sons that worked at this place as well, and I was like,
lost you, Dakota.
Dakota, we
Have you ever been in a place where like the boss is obviously reprimanding or like laying into and I'm always like, this is such a bad look.
Oh yeah.
Like if I'm shopping like a clothing store and you just hear them kind of like talking them down, I'm like, couldn't you go in the back to handle this or just speak to the person like an adult? Like I don't even want to shop there anymore.
That is what I was going to say. That kind of makes me want to like walk out and never come back if that's the vibe.
You should just walk up and say, I'm not buying this pair of jeans because of you, buddy.
You're a stinker.
Okay, well, fucking crazy, right?
206-803-ROCK. What was your Lou Piniella moment, or have you ever worked with a Lou Piniella?
I could kind of slightly relate to this one. I've never gone this level, but I've been very frustrated with our printers here at our radio station. So my coworker spent 20 minutes trying to fix a jammed copy machine, and it kept saying paper jam, tray 3. And he kept screaming, it's not jammed, and then kicked the machine. HR had to have him take a mandatory anger management course.
That's very Office Space of that person.
And he also made it a point to say tray 3 did have paper in it.
Oh, no. I mean, honestly, in 2025, I barely know how to work a printer or a copy machine anymore.
Well, there are times where you have a paper jam, and it tells you exactly how to remove it, and I do all this stuff. I take it all out. There's no paper in there. Close it all up, hit the button again. Still says there's a paper jam. I'm like, you're just effing with me, printer.
And then we wait for our HR person to get here, and they fix it for us.
And the next thing you know, I'm taking an anger management course here.
206-803-ROCK. Ted from Quilcene. Have you ever had a Lou Piniella moment?
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
So I recently went to the shipyard. I had some VA medical issues and had my FMLA paperwork. Everything was in a row. And they had kept sitting on my paperwork. About 2.5 months in, our superintendent, I had been overheard telling him if he didn't stop messing with my money, I would bounce his head off his desk.
And then what happened?
Oh, I'm no longer in the yard, so you do the math.
You know what? Not that that's the way to handle. Don't mess with people's money. Like if you have a company and you're supposed to pay them at a certain time, do it.
Yeah. And be prepared for repercussions if you don't.
I remember having that happen. It was not here. It was a different radio station. I'm like, hey, I haven't been paid yet. And they're like, oh, there's some issues with blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm check to check. Like, I don't make a lot of money here. I have to pay my rent. I would like my money. Like, we don't understand why you're getting so frustrated with us. Because I don't have money.
Well, did you threaten to bounce their head off the desk?
I didn't. I should have pulled a Tim and said, look, I'm going to use your head like a Ted. I'm going to pull a Ted and use your head like a basketball.
The Daily Migs Show.
How would you like to beat Steve this morning, Rockaholics? 136 wins, 53 losses, and 35 ties so far in 2025. 206-803-ROCK. We will play Beat Migs at 6:50.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
$50,000 to $80,000 to repair and replace a broken sewer? That stinks.
Well, that's what you get when you buy an older home.
We don't have that kind of money. I mean, who does?
Well, don't wait until it's too late. Call Pinky's.
Pinky's?
Yes, Darlene. Pinky's Plumbing. They do everything plumbing, even sewer and drain cleaning. A little preventative maintenance now will save you a big headache later. Just schedule it at pinkysplumbing.com.
Oh, thanks, Ethel. When a cold has you down, it's the little comforts that lift you up. A warm blanket, a cup of tea, and a tissue that actually feels good on your skin. Infused with aloe, Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe provides a hint of cooling freshness to help your skin feel restored. So, whether your skin is feeling dry, chafed, or irritated, you're only one wipe away from helping it feel relieved. So, the next time you have a cold, get a hint of instant cooling relief with new Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities, and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
Nerds!
Today's episode is sponsored by Smart Travel, a new podcast from NerdWallet. Smart Travel doesn't just cover points and miles. They break down all the financial aspects of your trip, whether that's the best days to book, how to avoid hidden fees, or which fancy travel credit cards pay off, and which ones are just an expensive flex. If you want your travel budget to work harder, then dive into the best deals, products, services, and more with Smart Travel from NerdWallet, wherever you get your podcasts.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines non-stop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who is ready to beat Migs? I know Steve from Kirkland is. Steve, are you there?
I'm absolutely here.
I like this battle of the Steves.
Steve battle.
But we need this Steve.
Well,
That's
I'm a Steven.
Oh, wait, okay. PH or a V?
PH. My mom said PHs were smarter than BENs.
Well, your mom lied to you. And today you're gonna realize why.
All right, this Steve in front of me. You got to get out of here.
All right, V's up. Everybody, V's up.
V's up. Nah, I'm a PH girl today.
Oh, shut up.
All right, for those playing at home, Steve with a PH has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you'll only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
In what sport is a team awarded the Stanley Cup?
Hockey.
Correct. In which state would you find the Country Music Hall of Fame?
Nashville.
No. State.
No, Tennessee.
Yes. Who was murdered at the same time as O.J. Simpson's estranged wife, Nicole?
Oh, geez. Pass.
What do you call a triangle with all equal sides?
Pass.
What is the capital of Mexico?
Ron Goldman. Sorry.
Yes, Ron Goldman is right.
Cusco.
No.
Pass. Mexico City.
Yes, there you go. What ingredient makes a martini dirty?
Olive juice.
That's right. Who was the first race car driver to be on a Wheaties box?
Richard Petty.
No.
Pass.
Fe is the chemical symbol for what?
Pass.
How many different Tetris pieces are there?
12.
No. Steve, you got 5 correct. We split it right down the middle. Now we'll find out if it's the V or the PH that has all the brains. I think it's the PH.
Wow.
Here comes the V.
I heard you.
Hey, V, are you ready?
You know it.
Oh, yeah!
V's up, Danny.
In
Let's go.
what sport is a team awarded the Stanley Cup?
Hockey.
Yes. In which state would you find the Country Music Hall of Fame?
Tennessee.
Correct. Who was murdered at the same time as O.J. Simpson's estranged wife, Nicole?
Oh, Ron Goldman.
Correct. What do you call a triangle with all equal sides?
A perfect triangle.
No.
An isosceles?
No.
A pure triangle.
No. What is the capital of Mexico?
Mexico City?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
What ingredient makes a martini dirty?
Olive juice.
Yes. Who was the first race car driver to be on a Wheaties box?
Dale Earnhardt?
Yes.
Nice.
Fe is the chemical symbol for what?
Fee.
No.
Iron.
Yes. How many different Tetris pieces are there?
4.
No.
6.
No.
8.
No. Who plays Jim's dad in American Pie?
Oh, man. Eugene Levy.
Yes, and with time on the clock, Steve, you got 8 correct, which is a win.
Yes.
8-5. Sorry, Steve.
Mr. Steve, hey, I've got something for you, Steve, and it comes from the heart. Here you go. You won.
All right.
There you go.
Was that a toilet
Standing
flushing?
ovation.
Oh,
No,
standing.
that was applause.
Do you have like a sound effects machine?
Apparently. How about you play yours?
I mean, I got this.
Mr. Unlimited.
That's Steve's with V's.
A triangle that has equal sides.
A sound effect box.
A triangle with equal sides is an equilateral triangle. And the number of Tetris pieces there are, Danny, do you know
7?
it? It is 7.
I knew.
You skipped right over it, Steve.
Once I said 8, I heard it in your voice. I'm like, it was probably 7.
But congratulations, you still won. Speaking of winning in the game Beat Migs, I'm currently rocking the I Beat Migs t-shirt, which I did do one time.
Yes, you did. And you earned that t-shirt.
And whether you win or not, you can still go buy the shirt. It's an equal opportunity purchase in the Rock Shop. You can go over and get your very own I Beat Migs shirt at KISW.com.
The Daily Migs Show.
We have a sweet new feature on our Odyssey app where you can leave us a voice message, and we have been getting some very fun messages on there. Some have been a little interesting, Steve Migs.
Someone needs our advice on whether or not they should end a relationship over a strange quirk.
I am so excited to slide into our VMs after Nirvana.
Something got you bent, and now you need to vent, or you did something bad and you need to repent? Well, slide into our VMs.
Yeah, baby, it's time to slide into our VMs. On the Daily Mix Show.
Please go right ahead and leave us a voice message anytime you feel like it. And you can go to the Odyssey app on your smartphone and take care of that business right now.
And somebody wanted to get our advice because there's a quirk that their girlfriend had that now is making them rethink the relationship. We'll get to that one in a second. But first, we have somebody wanted to chime in about the topic that we had earlier this morning about epic meltdowns at work. If you have a coworker who will just lose their mind at work, and this person has a couple of examples. Are you ready for this first voice message through our Odyssey?
Yeah.
I wasn't able to call in when you guys were talking about coworkers with epic meltdowns, but I have worked with so many fucking morons in my entire life that where do I even start?
Is this Danny? There's one girl.
One guy, he would constantly cook fish, tuna fish, in our microwave. We finally confronted him, and he took that tuna fish and chucked it at my manager's head. Instantly fired.
Okay, well, first of all, that's complete office 101. You don't heat up fish in the microwave.
Oh, I think you say that's a completely reasonable way to react when somebody confronts you about cooking fish. I think I cooked fish once in the office, and I remember feeling awful about it. It wasn't tuna, it was salmon, but still, I was like, oh, the smell is there. I'm that guy.
It just lingers. Too. It's bad.
Another guy, this guy was the fucking worst. He would constantly clog the toilet every morning like clockwork. He would go in there, and then the toilet was clogged for the rest of the day. Denied it, and then denied it some more. It got so bad that we all waited for him outside of the bathroom and then went in there to check, and it absolutely was him. He quit the next day.
Oh.
I'm just picturing you walk out of the bathroom, and there's 7 people just waiting outside the door of the bathroom. We're going to check right now.
Who gets poop shamed? That's so terrible, though.
That's what we're calling it.
Poop shaming.
I could tell you more, but I'm running out of time. Gotta get back to work.
That is awful.
I can't even imagine. Why'd you quit your job, babe? Well, hon, you know what you feed me every night. It affects me in a certain way that I can't tell you. But let's just say I had to quit my job out of pure embarrassment.
Everyone confronted him. That's just terrible.
They could have at least had a nutritionist there waiting.
Oh.
All right, let's talk about relationships because this person needs our advice.
We're really good at them.
Yes. Oh, look, we're all in one.
Yeah.
I mean, we're experts.
Yeah.
Some would never say.
No. Is this recording? Hey guys, I started dating this girl, and so far we get along really well. But there's kind of an issue. Her laugh is really fucking annoying. It's like a high-pitched cackle, like, ha 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 ha. I don't even know how to explain it. And when she's laughing super hard, she starts snorting.
We have an example of it, by the way. So it's Brad.
It's bad. It's really bad, guys.
Brad sounds different through a telephone.
Normally, I think it's cute, but I really try not to make her laugh because I can't stand it. But if we're in group settings...
Well, then maybe she's going to break up with you for just being boring.
Oh, no.
It's like, yeah, you don't bring a smile to my face anymore.
This is not good.
But if we're in group settings or something is just funny, the cackling just doesn't stop. I feel shallow, but I can't tell her how much her laugh bothers me.
Have you ever ended a relationship for something as dumb as that?
I mean, I ended a relationship with someone over an appendage situation.
What do you mean? Was I packing too little of heat?
Yeah.
Wow. So the rumors are true. I don't know what the rumors are. To be honest.
I couldn't do it.
Well, I mean, you could handle it. That's
I
the
tried.
problem.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the
I can
problem.
handle it so well.
You can handle it while you're sleeping.
Oh, my God.
So did you tell the person that's why you ended the relationship?
No, that would be terrible.
Well, what did you say then?
I don't even really remember, like, that the relationship had run its course. I just would rather be friends.
But do you think, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the right answer. I was about to ask Danny, like, would you want to know the truth, or would you want to have to then, like, live in, what did I do wrong? You know what I mean? Like, maybe for, like, I don't know, maybe for years, this guy's like, I thought we had a good thing, and then she just, there was no warnings, there was no red flags, and all of a sudden she just ditched me and never gave me a good reason why.
And not only that, but I gave the poor guy mono. Like, I feel terrible.
So you gave him mono and dumped him while he had mono,
and then dumped him. Yeah, pretty much.
all because he wasn't packing.
He was not packing at all.
That bad. I heard the motion of the ocean was fine.
There was very little ocean.
Oh, okay. It was more like a pond.
It was a like irrigation ditch, maybe.
Wow. Danny, would you want to know?
So I had a friend who actually got broken up with, and the girl told him that was the reason. And it kind of crushed his ego. But, like, at the same time, like, she didn't say, you're small.
Yeah.
It was more of, like, she was like, I just like really big eggplants for my salads, if you know what I'm saying.
Wow.
And then she was just like, yeah.
And you're just not cutting it?
And you're not, yeah. And he was like, well, so, like, I'm offended, but at the same time, like, he felt pretty average.
Well, and, in comparison to somebody that has an annoying laugh, I guess somebody could, like, train themselves to laugh different, but you can't really train your package to be
bigger.
Well, I mean, you could still, like, maybe you could do things to, compensate.
Yeah, 100%.
And maybe if you would have, maybe good communication, he would have then thought of different ways to be able to, like, make it worth your while.
But to answer your question, no, I don't think I'd want to know.
I know, I'm torn, because, like, I have a mirror, so I know. You know what I mean?
Do you, though? I feel like we always lie to ourselves,
That's
Steve.
fair. I have one of those circus mirrors, you go to, like, the Washington State Fair, and it just stretches everything out. Wake up every morning and just look at myself like, yeah. Sid's lucky.
Hashtag blessed.
Yeah, I wake her up sometimes, just a reminder. Would you look at this?
Poke, poke.
Would you look at this?
Oh, my God.
But look only at the mirror. Don't look actually at this, because the mirror is the lighting. It's good. Wow.
I know. I feel bad about it. That was like more than 20 years ago, and I still feel really bad.
I don't feel now as bad. I remember ending a relationship because the girl kept using the term yummy.
Oh.
And it was just it was so, the way she said it too was like a child.
Yummy.
Yeah, like she would change her voice when she would say the word yummy. Like, besides that, sound like an adult. And then whenever, like, we go out to eat, I'm like, how's your dinner? She's like, it's yummy. And I'm like, what? Where did that come from? I didn't know how to tell her. I guess communication would have been a good thing. But
Yeah, take your own advice, Steve.
I was in my 20s, young, dumb.
Same.
Okay, fine.
Now we're really well-adjusted adults.
Can we track that guy down?
Oh, my God.
Call him on the air.
God,
and
you guys.
apologize to him.
Oh, I was just going to have her admit that why she broke up with him.
Oh.
I don't even know. I'm not even sure if he's on Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, if you're packing that little heat, you probably don't want to be on social media.
Or dating apps. And maybe there's a dating app for that.
Oh, yeah. It's littleunit.com.
Okay. The Daily Migs Show.
Last week, we were talking about this British kid named Cooper, who for the second year in a row won a seagull impersonation competition. Well, we tracked down 10-year-old Cooper, and he's going to join us at 7:20.
This Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver rules. Oh, yeah! That couldn't have been Macho Man Randy Savage indeed. Yeah, a.k.a. you're in a Bosch. I'm a macho manifestation of that feeling you get when you use that 2-in-1 impact driver. Oh, yeah? Nah, say it with your chest, brother. Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
We'll work on that.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are designed to outlast and outlive, combining raw power with precision engineering, all backed by Toyota's legendary reputation for reliability. Climb inside a Tundra and experience the uncompromising strength. With its available iForce Max engine, the Tundra delivers exceptional power, torque, and towing capacity. Plus, the spacious and high-tech cabin keeps you connected on the run. Or check out a Tacoma. Agile, dependable, and unstoppable. The Tacoma's designed for those who go beyond the trails. Stay ahead of the pack with available off-road features like crawl control. Or break out your tunes with the available portable JBL speaker. Toyota trucks are built to last, year after year, mile after mile. So outlast every adventure and outlive the moment. Buy a Tundra or Tacoma today. Visit buyatoyota.com, the official website for deals. Or stop by your local Toyota dealer to find out more. Toyota, let's go places.
The Daily Migs Show with Taryn Daly
I have the knees of Amy Schumer, but I want the knees of Nikki Glazer.
and Steve Migs
I barely ever wash my feet, and I'm still alive.
on The Rock 99.9 KISW.
Rockaholics, last week we were able to chat about a very special individual, a 10-year-old by the name of Cooper Wallace,
Yes.
who just took home the gold. Not for the first time, but for the second consecutive year at the European Goal Screeching Championship. This is that moment. We ended up tracking down Cooper and his family, and they join us now all the way from the UK.
So we have Cooper, you're 10, and then your sister Shelby, you're 7 years old.
Yeah.
So, Cooper, at what point growing up did you know that you could imitate a seagull as well as you do?
Well, it was around 3 years ago, about this year. So 3 years ago, I was in Devon on Woolacombe Beach, and I was eating this ham sandwich, and a massive seagull just came and landed on my shoulders, launched its head over my head, and nipped my knuckle. So we all think it's a Spider-Man effect.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then all my family in the holiday house are like, I swear down, there is a seagull following us. So my parents were actually quite concerned, weren't you? You actually thought it was an actual seagull.
It was just Cooper.
And I was like, that was me. And then they were telling me to stop. But then when we heard about the competition, they were like, Cooper, keep doing it. So they were like going from disliking it to liking it for somehow.
He's the shy, quiet boy, but loud. Sorry, so he's shy but loud. So we always hear you as well. So he.
I will go and ask a McDonald's man or lady to go and get me some fries or something.
Shelby will go and talk to any stranger.
But I won't do it if it's someone that I don't know, like not from a shop or something.
Yeah.
Right, so it's either radio people, McDonald's employees, otherwise don't speak to anybody.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So, Cooper, when you do the seagull screeching competition, how many other people are competing for the title?
There was 10 last year, 21 this year. That was just in the children's category.
If you're just joining us, we are talking with Cooper Wallace and his family. He won the European Goal Screeching Championship 2 years running.
And Taryn, I don't know if you're looking because we have you guys on Zoom, and Cooper and also Shelby are currently dressed as seagulls, which is like the coolest thing ever. All right, so we did this last week when we first heard about it. We all got into a little bit of a debate to see who on our show is a better seagull screecher, and according to our listeners, or at least one listener, they said that our friend Taryn Daly over here is the best. But I feel like the listener has no resume, has no accolades, has no medals like our friend Cooper does. But we were hoping maybe we could do our seagull impressions for you guys, and you determine who from our show is the best seagull.
That would be cool. Yeah.
So should we start with the champion?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, you start
Okay, here
first.
we go, Cooper.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Yeah.
Okay. Well, save the judgment until you hear yours truly over here.
That one was good too.
And now Danny. What's yours, Australian? Yeah. All right.
Oh my God.
All
right, Cooper, Shelby, who you picking?
Taryn.
Yeah! You heard it from the lips of the champion.
I'm sorry, no, I couldn't hear it. The Zoom feed was doing something weird. I didn't hear any of that. I think I heard Steve. All right, who's second place? Who's second place?
Steve.
Let's go. I'll take the silver. Danny, you're the worst. That's fine.
Well, you guys are such a fun family, and we're so glad that we got to chat with you all about the European Goal Screeching Championship. What a cool event, and we look forward to more updates along the way.
Oh, thank you so much for having us on. I'm really pleased we could make the time difference work for you guys as well.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
The Daily Migs Show.
We have a simple question for you, but we need your help, and you've got to call in right now.
We promise it's not a seagull impression.
It is not. 206-803-ROCK. We promise it is a simple question, but you must call now. 206-803-ROCK. We will take your calls after Pearl Jam. Larry David was on the Fly on the Wall podcast, which is hosted by Dana Carvey and David Spade, and you can listen to it on the Odyssey app, by the way. But he shared a story about a time that he asked the most random question to Paul McCartney.
At the 50th, I was introduced to Paul McCartney, and I said to him, has anyone ever punched you in the mouth? There was an incident in his youth when he was like 13 or 14, and somebody headbutted him, he told me.
Oh, headbutt, not punch, though.
Oh, God. Well, this leads us to want to ask a simple question. And that simple question is this. Have you ever been punched in the face? And I already feel like our listeners are lovers, not fighters, Steve.
Oh, I completely disagree. I bet everybody has a story about getting punched in the face.
Well, let's ask Ray on I-5 North. Ray, have you ever been punched in the face?
Yes.
I told you. 1 for 1.
Who punched you, Ray?
Oh, this guy that thought I was messing around with his wife.
Were you?
Well, I told him no, but actually I was.
My man. I don't know if we should be celebrating this.
Lies.
Oh, Ray.
Thanks, Ray. 206-803.
I mean, I said no. He shouldn't have punched me, but deep down I was.
Ivan in Arlington, have you ever been punched in the face?
Yes, I have.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
2
2 for 2, baby.
Ivan, who punched you in the face?
So it was this kid that I went to school with. We were showing up. It was like during summer, and we were getting our pictures taken for our little ID card. And the year before, we had some issues, and he just came out of nowhere. I had my girlfriend in my hand. I mean, I came in like a hot shot, and he just came and hit me right in the jaw, and I mean, blindsided me. It was crazy.
I wonder if he was waiting for that day because he knew, you got to take pictures.
I think so. Yeah, I think so, man. It was so spot on. It was as soon as I walked into that school, boom, I got hit.
I don't know why, but I'm picturing at his house, he had like a calendar, and on the calendar it had like punch Ivan in the face on this day.
Ruin his picture forever.
2 for 2, Taryn.
206-803-ROCK. Bob, you're in Puyallup. Have you ever been punched in the face?
Several times.
All right, what's one of the more memorable ones?
One of the more memorable ones is at the Pick and Shovel down in Wilkeson. It's a little hole-in-the-wall tavern, and I got in a fight with the bartender on Halloween night. And
why?
I was dressed up as the Joker, and he was dressed up as something, and we just started throwing blows over the price of drinks or something. But
the story would have been so much better if you were dressed as Batman.
Yeah, right? Yeah, right? Yeah, he knocked me in the next week.
Do you remember what started the fight?
I'm pretty sure it was me. It might have had something to do with my smart mouth or drinking or something, but I woke up in jail over it.
Whoa!
Have you been back since?
No, they kind of told me I wasn't allowed to ever come back.
Oh, God.
So I guess you could say I started it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to put money on that, yes.
Brad from Port Orchard, our simple question. Have you ever been punched in the face?
Several times.
Boom, 4 for 4.
Oh, my God. Brad, who punched you in the most memorable way?
Oh, they're all memorable, but just a friend of mine over a stupid misunderstanding about a bicycle.
Okay, what was the misunderstanding? Did you take it for a ride, or did you put tassels on it and you didn't want tassels? I'm very confused.
He was storing his bike at a friend's house, and I'd called to ask if I could ride one of the bikes there, and he'd said, yeah, well, it was a misunderstanding. He thought I was talking about a different bike. So, yeah, it was just a stupid misunderstanding.
And I'm like, are we talking about bikes or girlfriends?
All right, Taryn, have you ever been punched in the face?
Yes.
Which sister did it?
Neither.
Really?
It was my best friend.
Why?
We got into a big fight over a boy.
That bad that she punched? Did you sleep with him and she didn't want
Well, so she just didn't want me to be with this guy anymore because he was kind of a loser, and I kept going back to him, and so she had it, and so she was going to beat this out of me. But the best part was,
man, they do it different over in Stanwood, Danny.
She lived in my neighborhood. We lived in the same neighborhood, and the fight escalated down the road into the street in front of my house. And guess who broke our fight up?
Your brother.
No.
Your mom.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing. So did you get any punches in?
I got more scratches in. I was kind of fighting a little more scrappy, where she clocked me pretty good in the face, but she ripped my CBGB shirt, and I was devastated. I loved that shirt so much, but we're still best friends.
Was it a sucker punch, or did you see the punch?
No.
Did she wind up and give it to you?
Oh, she wind up and got me, but we battled for blocks. We were fighting.
That's
it was
crazy.
pretty epic.
Wow.
And I've not been in a fist fight since then.
I've been punched many times. I mean, in the high school days, I can't even count. The high school, junior high, college, not so much. Since then, no. The one I remember, and it was just an accidental punch in the face. It was during my time doing the independent wrestling thing. You try and punch each other, but you try and punch safe spots. I was in a match where the guy was relatively new, and he punched me straight up in the face hard. And I was like, whoa. Wasn't expecting that. And we're still trying to act as if we're mad at each other. He's like, dude, I'm so sorry. I'm just nervous. I'm like, it's all good, man. Don't let it bother you. We're fine. But the funny part was after the fact, we're laughing about the situation. He goes, hey, I got to tell a story to you. He's like, many, many years ago, I called into your radio show. And this is before I ever was wrestling or anything along those lines. And he was calling in and somehow brought up wrestling. He says, and jokingly said, one day I'm going to give you a stone cold stunner. I don't remember the story, but he was telling me something that's crazy. And in the match, we made sure that he gave me a stunner. And I didn't understand why he wanted to do it, because he was like, I kind of want to give you a stunner tonight. I'm like, all right, sure, we'll do that. And then he told me the backstory. I'm like, wow, that's a very random full circle moment.
He predicted the future.
Yeah, he didn't tell me if he was planning on actually punching me in the face, though.
Did you see stars or anything like that?
No, it just kind of hurt a lot. No, I wasn't expecting it. I was like...
I just think you're not that tough.
Oh, or it wasn't that tough of a punch.
Maybe that's it, too.
The Daily Migs Show.
How do you like to punch Steve in the face? I mean, beat Steve at Beat Migs. Were you listening to the cheat sheet yesterday at 5:40? There were 3 correct answers given out during the men's room. Call 206-803-ROCK, and we will play Beat Migs at 7:50.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities, and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
When a cold has you down, it's the little comforts that lift you up. A warm blanket, a cup of tea, and a tissue that actually feels good on your skin. Infused with aloe, Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe provides a hint of cooling freshness to help your skin feel restored. So, whether your skin is feeling dry, chafed, or irritated, you're only one wipe away from helping it feel relieved. So, the next time you have a cold, get a hint of instant cooling relief with new Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. You know what's sneaky? A bunch of big corporations buying up local companies you know and love, gutting them, and keeping the name. But you know who's not a sellout? Pinky's Plumbing. That's right. Pinky's Plumbing's values start with their work ethic, honesty, how they treat their employees, and how they care for their customers. Bigger isn't always better, and that's a fact. You should know you're working with a locally owned company that truly values where they live and work. Pinky's Plumbing. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
Today's episode is sponsored by NerdWallet's Smart Money Podcast. Life comes with big money questions. Is it better to max out your 401k or put more in a brokerage account? Does buying a home make financial sense in today's market? Should you use extra cash to pay off debt or invest? NerdWallet's Smart Money Podcast has the answers. Their finance journalists break down investing and budgeting strategies to help you build wealth and navigate major financial decisions. Make smarter money moves. Follow NerdWallet's Smart Money Podcast wherever you listen.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several European cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation and make it even more memorable by offering comfortable and spacious cabins where you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser.
Ready to beat Migs. I know Jeff from Graham is. Jeff, are you there? Jeff.
Come on.
Jeff.
Don't let down the people of Graham. That's why I didn't move to Graham. That's
There we
why.
go. There we go.
That was a close call,
Hey,
Jeff.
Good morning, guys. Hey, can I do a quick shout out?
Sure.
Hey, one of your guys' biggest rockaholics and listeners, my buddy Scotty the Tooth from Union, Washington, also known as Scott Rod. He loves you guys and just want to say good morning and hope he has a good day.
What's the story behind? Oh, first shout out to Scotty, but what's the story behind Scotty the Tooth? Is he missing teeth or does he have one tooth?
Well, he grew up as my neighbor in downtown Puyallup, and he always had toothache. So my dad was always like, man, that kid in his tooth. So pretty soon we just started calling him the Tooth.
Okay.
I like it. Now, Jeff, were you by chance listening to the cheat sheet yesterday at 5:40?
I was not.
All right,
That's
level
fine.
playing field, Steve.
Yes.
Get out of here.
Scotty would be disappointed if he was a cheater.
That's true.
Yeah.
For those playing along at home, Jeff will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Send it.
What does FYI stand for?
For your information.
Correct. What Disney movie is about a family in Colombia with magical powers?
Pass.
In soccer, how many yellow cards must you get to be disqualified?
2, 3, 4.
2 is correct. In which U.S. state would you find Bryce Canyon National Park?
Utah.
Yes. What was Garfield's favorite food?
Lasagna.
Yes. Herman Melville is most famous for writing what novel?
Pass.
What is Captain America's real-life alter ego?
Oh, man. Pass.
The Manhattan Project was responsible for the development of the first what?
Atom bomb.
Yes. How many strings are on a standard banjo?
4, 5, 6.
5, yes. Easter Island is part of what South American country?
Pass.
What Disney movie is about a family in Colombia with magical powers?
Aladdin.
No.
The Easter Island is Chile, I believe.
Yes, you're correct. Herman Melville is most famous for writing what novel?
The whale one. Moby Dick.
Danny, can I count it? It might be too late. It might be too late.
Come on, for Scott.
For Scott?
Jeez, here we go again. Oh, boy. I'm going to leave this one up to Taryn.
I feel like I can't count it.
Oh, good.
I'm sorry, Jeff, but I still have faith that you're going to beat Steve. Steve, are you ready, though? Yeah, Daddy, let's go. What?
You know what? I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
What does FYI stand for?
For your information.
Yes. What Disney movie is about a family in Colombia with magical powers?
Encanto?
Yes. In soccer, how many yellow cards must you get to be disqualified?
Crap, I know the band. 2?
Yes. In which U.S. state would you find Bryce Canyon National Park?
Washington.
No.
Oregon.
No.
California.
No. What was Garfield's favorite food?
Lasagna.
Yes. Herman Melville is most famous for writing what novel?
Of Mice and Men?
No.
Herman Melville's Adventures?
No.
The Kama Sutra?
No. What is Captain America's real-life alter ego?
Steve Rogers?
Yes. The Manhattan Project was responsible for the development of the first what?
Skyscraper?
No.
Atom bomb?
Yes. How many strings are on a standard banjo?
6?
No.
8?
No.
4?
No. Easter Island is part of what South American country?
Peru?
No.
Argentina?
No.
Brazil?
No. Steve, with time on the clock.
I don't know.
You got 6 correct. And that is a loss. Jeff, he dropped off, but Jeff, you're a winner, 7-6.
Oh, so he just wins and leaves?
Dipped out on you.
He's like the guy who you beat us in the game 7. You just go to the locker room, don't shake our hands.
Well, he did know that you would find Bryce
Sore
Canyon
winner.
National Park in Utah.
Okay.
He did kind of know this one, but I didn't give him the point. I didn't give him the point. He was too late. Herman Melville wrote Moby Dick.
Okay.
But he kind of said it after time had expired. And then the number of strings on a standard banjo, he knew it was 5. He kind of danced all around it. And then he also knew that Easter Island is part of Chile.
Chile.
But there's always the 850 game, Steve.
Also, I like how you said he answered it after the time. You asked the question after time had expired.
I was asking it as time was expiring.
Yeah.
Roll the tape.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
Roll that tape.
I have to say, though, I feel pretty fancy in my I Beat Migs shirt today, which I think Jeff would look very nice in as well. And they are available in the Rock Shop, whether you beat Migs or not.
My daughter wants one.
Do we have kid sizes?
No, but I'll have to get one made.
All right, let's do it. Head to KISW.com to get yours.
The Daily Migs Show.
This week, we are having some fun celebrating Mother's Day, but we need your help. All week long, we're having our moms on, but we want you to ask the questions. Text us a question, 206-803-ROCK, that we can ask our moms. We're going to chat with my mom after Soundgarden. All week long, leading up to Mother's Day this Sunday, we are celebrating our moms.
Yes.
But we can't do it alone. We obviously need some help. all week we want to have our moms on, but instead of us asking the hard-hitting questions, we want those questions to come from our listeners,
Yes.
Steve.
And we've gotten some texts. We've gotten some voice messages as well through the Odyssey app. And today's the day we start with your mom.
Mom, good morning.
Well, good morning.
You're in Texas.
Yes, we are.
That's right. And what's the weather there today?
Actually, we have thunderstorms today. It's pretty cool. It shook the house, and Lane said that was nothing. But
geez. Well, be safe out there.
Was it nothing for her, but was it something for you guys?
Oh, it was definitely something for us. Definitely something for us. So.
Real quick, happy Mother's Day, and also I'd like to thank you on behalf of my daughter. You and my daughter had a blast at dinner at lunch when we all were hanging out.
Yes, that was fun. I was glad to meet her and get to know her, and she's adorable.
She's the
so
best.
much
She
fun.
really is.
Yeah.
All right, Mom. So we've got some questions we want to ask you, and they're coming from our listeners. Questions about me. I don't know what these questions are. And so please be gentle. I don't trust them either. Please be gentle on me.
All right. I think we're going to start off with a pretty hard-hitting question.
Oh, no.
Are you ready?
Well, I'm ready.
All right. This was a voice message question through our Odyssey app.
Be honest. Do you have a favorite child?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Is she on the radio with us right now?
She's not.
Well, no. He.
It's Nolan?
I do not have a favorite child, although whoever is in front of me is my favorite at the moment, without a doubt.
Did you hear my sister in the background?
Yeah.
But the running joke in our family is that Nolan is the golden child that can do no wrong.
Oh,
He
nice.
could get in the same amount of trouble for the same thing and get no punishment, and we would be like grounded forever.
He does it with a little twinkle in his eye, so he gets away with anything.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's a good text question. It says, what crazy thing did Taryn want to be when she was growing up?
Oh, without a doubt, it was a dolphin trainer.
Yeah.
What?
She wanted to be a dolphin trainer, yes.
For real?
Big dream. Big dream. I think she's still holding on to that, actually.
There's still hope. I could go back to college and become a marine biologist.
But did you guys go to the aquarium a lot?
I mean, we went to like SeaWorld and stuff growing up, right, Mom? I mean, I don't remember being like aquarium, regulars, but I just always loved.
They actually had dolphins on TV back then.
That's true, Flipper.
Really
You're right.
Flipper. And then, Mom, remember when we went to Hawaii a couple of years ago? Well, like more than a decade ago now, and we swam with dolphins. I was literally crying underneath my goggles. I was so happy.
I know. It was a dream fulfilled.
It was.
All right,
it really was.
Next question through the Odyssey app. Here we go.
This one's for Tyron's mom. Have you ever bust Tyron doing something completely stupid?
So many times I can't even count them.
What's the first one that
So
pops
many
into your
times.
mind?
The boyfriend issue thing with the movie theater and being deceitful.
Yeah, I lied and I told her I was one place and I wasn't there.
Was that the time where your dad then
She
showed
was-
up to the theater?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That was a good one. I mean, we caught her in the act. So, well, you know what I mean.
Hey, it's a family
You know what
program.
I mean. Sorry.
So when the National Treasure decided I'm going to go, were you on board with that, Rosalie, or were you like, no, Craig?
Oh, no. I was the director, Steve. I'm like, you are going to the theater. You're going to tell the attendant, you got to go find your daughter. You know she's in there, and the rest is history.
I wonder how often those movie theater attendants get somebody, like a parent that's like, I got to go find my kid in the theater, and it's my crazy dad.
At least he only had to do that once, thank goodness.
All right, next question through the Odyssey app.
Jaren's a bit of a wild card, right? Was there ever a time you thought, my daughter is just out of her mind?
No. Actually, she was pretty level-headed. She didn't mess. She was never in jail. Put it that way.
Thank you.
I've
never been arrested. I've never been in handcuffs, at least not by the law.
Well, that's good to know. I got to check with my other kids to see what their records are, but
I was about to say, are we batting 1,000 on that, or is there anyone that was not behind bars?
I think 3 out of 4 out of jail is a good record, right?
That is really good. You should be very proud, Mom. You raised us great.
Well, happy Mother's Day, and we hope that you're having a great time in Texas.
We are having a great time in Texas. The weather could get a little bit better. We're supposed to have margaritas later tonight and hot tubbing, but I don't know.
Oh, my gosh. Well, you guys enjoy, and I love you, Mom, and happy Mother's Day. I can't
And
wait to
happy
celebrate.
Mother's Day to you.
Can't wait to celebrate with you when we get back, when you get back.
We'll do that. And I love you guys.
We love you.
Keep up the good work. Mwah, mwah.
Bye-bye.
Mwah, mwah.
She likes to kiss.
Oh, I know. No, that didn't sound right.
Wow, Steve.
Happy Mother's Day.
The Daly Migs Show.
There was a post made on the Metallica Facebook group where a guy was trying to find a girl that he met at a show.
Yeah!
So many had to chime in on this post, which means we have to go straight to those comments at 8:20.
Oh, this Bosch miter saw really is smooth.
Feeling smooth.
Who said that?
It's your inner Bosch, baby. I'm that scoobity-bebop smooth feeling you get when you make smooth cuts with that moobity-mibbity-mibbity-mubbity miter saw.
So I'll just keep ski-bop sawing then?
Now you're getting it. Beep-bop, beat-up, wow, miter saw is my favorite.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
What kind of programs does this school have? How are the test scores? How many kids do a classroom? Homes.com knows these are all things you ask when you're home shopping as a parent. That's why each listing on Homes.com includes extensive reports on local schools, including photos, parent reviews, test scores, student-teacher ratio, school rankings, and more. The information is from multiple trusted sources and curated by Homes.com's dedicated in-house research team. It's all so you can make the right decision for your family. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are designed to outlast and outlive, combining raw power with precision engineering, all backed by Toyota's legendary reputation for reliability. Climb inside a Tundra and experience the uncompromising strength. With its available iForce Max engine, the Tundra delivers exceptional power, torque, and towing capacity. Plus, the spacious and high-tech cabin keeps you connected on the run. Or check out a Tacoma. Agile, dependable, and unstoppable. The Tacoma's designed for those who go beyond the trails. Stay ahead of the pack with available off-road features like crawl control. Or break out your tunes with the available portable JBL speaker. Toyota trucks are built to last, year after year, mile after mile. So outlast every adventure and outlive the moment. Buy a Tundra or Tacoma today. Visit buyatoyota.com, the official website for deals. Or stop by your local Toyota dealer to find out more. Toyota, let's go places.
Everyone knows social media is a time suck. And what you're about to hear proves it. If it's online, someone, somewhere, has an opinion and is whining about it. So let's get straight to the comments.
There was a post made on a Metallica Facebook group where a guy was trying to track down a girl that he met at a show.
Yeah!
And this is what the post said. It's a long shot, but does anyone know the girl in this picture? She was a bit behind me for the Nashville show Thursday.
Yeah, she was.
We chatted a bit and had a good time, but I never took the chance to ask for her number.
And there's a picture of her. I'm hoping that it was a picture that was cropped, because otherwise it's kind of weird. But it's a picture of her, and he put a circle around her, and of course the comments have just been insane.
And everybody and their mother wanted to chime in on that post. So let's go straight to those comments.
And we figured who better to read those comments. We weren't able to get Robot James Hetfield, but I was like, who's the other great James? Who would you say?
Taylor. I have no idea.
James Taylor? Danny, any guesses? The other great James.
James Franco?
I can't think of any Jameses.
Those are some pretty good Jameses.
Gosh, no, but those are terrible. James Earl Jones.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Of course, Darth Vader. I mean, of course, why wouldn't he want to chime in? So we have Robot James Earl Jones reading the comments about this Metallica fan. And I'll be honest, very polarizing conversation that happened on social media about this. Are you ready for the first comment?
Yeah.
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 Imagine being this girl, seeing some guy posting about you. But this is a bit creepy, man. Let her go.
There's a lot of people who are just like, if you didn't ask her out there, then you just got to let that go. But isn't there like an entire section on Reddit for these kind of things and Craigslist back in the day? And if we want a deep cut, it's going to age me, but maybe they still do it in The Stranger. That was that was one of the fun things about The Stranger was you'd go through to see if you were anyone misconnection and always be disappointed when you realize that you weren't.
Were you ever?
No.
They still do it on The Stranger, but they just do it on social media now.
Oh.
And it's called I Saw You.
I saw you. Back to the comments.
What a f***ing lame. You snooze, you lose, man. You didn't take the chance to ask for her number, but you're taking the chance to see if anybody knows her on social media?
Yeah, it's 2025. We don't talk to people in person. We do everything via text.
We put them on blast.
Yes, of course. That is kind of, imagine being that girl, though.
I would be like, yo, creep.
You know, you say that, though, and I mean, I don't know. You never know who the person is behind the keyboard that's writing these things. There were a lot of women that are like, why is that such a big deal? I think that's awesome, and that's so sweet. I would love for somebody to do that. And
Well, I wonder how lonely they are.
Or are they bots?
That could be that, too.
And then I saw somebody who was just like, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And then someone's like, I bet you're the type of person that sends a D pic. It's like, well, we went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Dude didn't ask for her number, but took a pic of her. Kind of weird.
It is a little weird.
It's very weird.
So you wouldn't be flattered if all of a sudden there was a picture of you on social media saying, who's this girl? I talked to her and we hit it off.
If you're the type of person that would post that photo but not ask for my number, no chance.
What if you didn't think of it and you're like, by the end of the night, I'm gonna ask her out, and then she's gone?
That's your fault, man. You got to strike while the iron's hot.
To me, baby, I've been thinking about you too. Call me. My number is 1-800-STALKER.
That's rough, man. This poor person. All right, we got one more comment. How about this one?
She's with Lars now.
Oh, yes, Lars Ulrich.
That's why she disappeared. She got pulled backstage, and the rest is history.
All right, one last one, actually.
Okay,
Am I the only one that think this is kind of cute? I don't see how this is weird at all.
See, there's a girl out there that thought it was cute.
Again, I wonder how lonely that girl is.
Well, if she's a lonely girl, this could be the reason why she finds love. Danny, would you be all right with it? I saw this guy at emo night.
Yes, I would be. I would. Okay, I thought you were saying like, would I do that? No, I would not do that. But if somebody posted about me, yeah, that's great.
Did it ever happen in your time?
No, I knew a friend that it happened.
It happened to a friend.
Yeah, when we were working like at our old radio station, and we were like the promo guys, and so I saw a post in the newspaper, and it said, "Hey, 93.3 KOB FM guy," and I got excited. I was like, "It's me!" And it was like with the long flowing hair. And I was like, dang it, it's Zach. So I cut it out and I took it to him. I was like, you should call her. And he was like, nah, man.
He didn't call her?
He didn't call her.
You have to call.
She could have been the one.
She could have been.
It is a difference between guys and girls. We're like, he should have called her and banged her. On the flip side, we're like, the guy's creepy. Call the cops.
The Daily Migs Show.
It is officially the end of an era when it comes to communication. Steve finally got rid of his rotary phone.
I did.
No. We're going to tell you what's trending after Foo Fighters. As you prepare to go out there and give her today, you might want to know what's going on in the world of pop culture. So we're going to help out and tell you what's trending.
We're going to give her?
We're going to give her.
Stranded on the Daily Migs Show.
Give her.
Let's go.
Give her.
Let's go.
There is a dad who decided to keep track of what it would cost his family of 5 to spend a day at Disney World in Orlando.
A life savings.
How much did they spend? We're going to give you the details in just a minute. But first, Microsoft is officially shutting down Skype, and they're going to turn their focus strictly to the Teams platform.
It's so hard to say goodbye.
I mean, that was like the OG video service.
Before Zoom.
Yes.
It's so funny because I saw the story this morning. I'm like, oh, man. I got the app and everything. I'm like, I don't remember the last time that I used Skype. It has to have been maybe 4, maybe 5 years ago. So I'm part of the problem.
Definitely, I don't think I've used it since before COVID.
So
I was a Zoom girly.
I could delete it off my phone?
I think you can.
Sick.
They do say that you can transition to Microsoft Teams for free with your Skype credentials, and then you need to export any data if you don't want it deleted by January.
I'll just stick with Zoom.
Right?
I don't have that kind of energy. All right, let's talk about this dad. He kept track of everything as far as what it would cost for his family of five people to spend a day at Disney World in Orlando. And he posted it with he broke it all down. How much money do you think he spent in a day?
So this is tickets in the park, food, all the little entertainment. I mean, are they hitting the souvenir shop?
Well, I mean, you just got to try and guess.
For 5, I'm going to say $900.
$900. Danny, you are our resident Disney freak.
Disney adult.
Yeah, Disney World is cheaper than Disneyland.
Is it?
Yes, but I will go with...
Because of taxes? Or
because I'll go with, for a family of 5, I'll go with $1,800.
$1,800.
Yeah.
So you got $900, you got $1,800.
Yeah, I'm going to double Terrence.
All right, let's listen.
Before we even got into the park, it cost me $30 just for parking. Tickets for a family of 5 with one child under 10 was $974.
Right? All right, so Taryn, you're already done.
Oh my God.
Like, just from parking and tickets alone, it's $1,000.
This is how long it's been since I've been to one of these places.
And it'll probably be a lot longer now that you're hearing this.
Right after our first ride, we bought 2 waters and 3 ice creams. After the second ride, they wanted a pretzel and I wanted a beer. We each ended up with a small pizza, each had a side and a small drink. Once we got to Star Wars Land, we had to buy some blue milk. The kids then snuck away and bought some Star Wars Coca-Cola. After the next ride, we went...
Well, that's the problem. You're letting your kids have your credit card. Why are they sneaking away buying stuff?
That's bad parenting.
You don't buy stuff you just go, you bring your own food, okay?
You sneak your own booze in.
Coca-Cola.
That's how Mickey would want it. Exactly.
After the next ride, we went and had a churro, a water, and a margarita. We ended up at the Formata Cocina for some Mexican food. $30 for carnitas, $19 margarita, $8 corn, $30 carne asada, and then each of the kids with drinks and food. The grand total for our day was $1,391.91.
So under what Danny thought, but a little bit over what you were thinking.
I'm just shocked it costs that much to get in the door with somebody that young
Well,
in tow.
the problem is that they don't really give you much of a discount. And I remember bringing Tatum, and I'm like, oh, well, kid discount. I bet it's like $50. It's like $150.
No.
Whereas like for an adult, it's like I could be wrong with the exact number, Danny. You probably know better than me, but I think it's like $180 for an adult, and it's like $150 for a kid
For like 4 days. Like if you only like the ticket price, the act for a 1-day ticket is only like a $20 difference.
It's insane.
Yeah,
and it's not. I mean, it doesn't pay to be a child.
No,
No,
at the
not
happiest
all.
place on earth. I mean, you go into it in a bad mood.
The brokest place on earth.
Although I'll be honest, like when I go to Disney, it's almost just like the times we've gone, even like Hawaii too. Like I make sure like I set aside enough money and save for the vacation, or cleared out enough of my credit card, because I know full well that like we're going broke.
You got to say yes.
It's a vacation. You're going broke.
So when are you taking us, Steve?
Never. Oh, I see the way you spend money over at Disney. One beer is like $15.
True.
After surprising everybody with his very first live show in 5 years, David Lee Roth, he's back.
He's back, and people are like raving about it.
He has announced some tour dates for a summer tour, and this is a little bit of how things started off at the M3 Festival this past Saturday night.
Well, we're off to our usual flying start. Are we having fun yet?
Yeah.
She's flying. I'm flying. Right behind the wheel.
He's very smart that he has like a team of backing vocalists, because the backing vocalists were phenomenal, and it just makes his voice sound better. But if this is how he's sounding, I'm not saying he sounds like young David Lee Roth, but I would go see this.
Okay, but once he's on tour and he's playing nights back to back to back to back, do we think he's going to sound like he did 5 years ago?
I just remember seeing him at Bumbershoot. Granted, this was forever ago, and I don't think it was during his I don't think he was at his healthiest, but he wore like this really tight green spandex like jumpsuit, and it was fitting him kind of weird, and vocally he sounded terrible. Like a lot of people were leaving the main stage at Bumbershoot, including myself. We're just like I'm good. I don't think I need to hear any more of David Lee Roth. This is kind of bad.
Well, and I've seen a lot of guys that have like a higher range, or had a higher range, 40 years ago, kind of modify the way that they sing. He might need to do that if he's going to go on like a full-on tour.
Well, I think he's going to do that. It sounds like he's got all the he's got a crap ton of backing vocalists, which I'm fine with.
Oh yeah, I mean, even we saw Sting, and he changed the entire like key that some of his old Police songs were in, so that he could hit notes that were appropriate for him to try to hit.
Well, that was your first mistake, just going to see Sting.
The Daily Migs Show.
Rockaholics, how do you like a shot at beating Steve? He has a record of 137 wins, 54 losses, and 35 ties in 2025. Call now, 206-803-ROCK. And we're going to play Beat Migs at 8:50.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities, and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
When a cold has you down, it's the little comforts that lift you up. A warm blanket, a cup of tea, and a tissue that actually feels good on your skin. Infused with aloe, Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe provides a hint of cooling freshness to help your skin feel restored. So, whether your skin is feeling dry, chafed, or irritated, you're only one wipe away from helping it feel relieved. So, the next time you have a cold, get a hint of instant cooling relief with new Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. You know what's sneaky? A bunch of big corporations buying up local companies you know and love, gutting them, and keeping the name. But you know who's not a sellout? Pinky's Plumbing. That's right. Pinky's Plumbing's values start with their work ethic, honesty, how they treat their employees, and how they care for their customers. Bigger isn't always better, and that's a fact. You should know you're working with a locally owned company that truly values where they live and work. Pinky's Plumbing. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
Nerds! Today's episode is sponsored by Smart Travel, a new podcast from NerdWallet. Smart Travel doesn't just cover points and miles. They break down all the financial aspects of your trip, whether that's the best days to book, how to avoid hidden fees, or which fancy travel credit cards pay off, and which ones are just an expensive flex. If you want your travel budget to work harder, then dive into the best deals, products, services, and more with Smart Travel from NerdWallet, wherever you get your podcasts.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth. For a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation by offering comfortable and spacious cabins. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who is ready to beat Migs? I know Tyler from Maple Valley is. Tyler, are you there?
I'm here.
Good morning, Tyler. Steve, I'd love it if you would get out of here.
Fine.
For those playing at home, Tyler has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yeah, Daddy, let's go.
That's right. How many siblings does Peppa Pig have?
2.
No.
1, 2, 3.
1, yes. 00501 is the lowest numbered zip code, and it belongs to which northeastern state?
New York.
Yes. The second music video played on MTV was from what female artist?
Cyndi Lauper.
No.
Pass.
How many Major League Baseball franchises did Ken Griffey Jr. play for?
2.
No.
3.
Yes. What is the oldest national park in the United States?
Yellowstone.
Correct. In what 90s year was the first Harry Potter book published?
93, 94, 95.
No. Who did James Earl Ray assassinate?
JFK?
No.
Pass.
Which movie in the franchise did James Bond first order his martini shaken, not stirred?
Which movie? Pass.
What Southeast Asian country has the most volcanoes?
Thailand.
No.
Philippines.
No. You got 4 correct, Tyler.
Dang.
But you know what? I could use trickery on Steve. I'm wearing my I Beat Migs shirt. That might help him lose.
I see how it is.
Steve, are you ready? Yeah, Daddy, let's go. How many siblings does Peppa Pig have?
Soon to be 2. Oh, 2. Oh, I guess 1 right now.
Yes.
Okay.
00501 is the lowest numbered zip code, and it belongs to what northeastern state?
New York.
Yes. The second music video played on MTV was from what female artist?
Pat Benatar?
Yes. How many Major League Baseball franchises did Ken Griffey Jr. play for?
2.
No.
Mariners, Reds. 3?
Yes. What is the oldest national park in the United States?
Yellowstone.
It is. In what 90s year was the first Harry Potter book published?
1999?
No.
98?
No.
1997?
Yes. Who did James Earl Ray assassinate?
That John Lennon?
No.
Abraham Lincoln?
No.
John Kennedy?
No. Which movie in the franchise did James Bond first order his martini shaken, not stirred?
Diamonds Are Forever?
No.
Die Another Day?
No.
James Bond and the Patrick Palace?
No.
I don't know many James Bond movies.
It doesn't matter because you got 6 correct. And that is a win, 6-4. Next time, Tyler, you shall beat Migs.
Good game, Steve.
You too, my friend.
I'm the best. I'm the best.
James Earl Ray assassinated Martin Luther King Jr.
Oh my gosh.
The first movie in the franchise where James Bond ordered his martini that way was Dr. No. And then one that you did not get to that our friend got wrong. What Southeast Asian country has the most volcanoes?
All right. I would have gotten that one wrong as well.
Indonesia.
Yeah, I didn't even.
But congratulations. You had a victory. I am rocking the new I Beat Migs shirt. It is very comfortable. I think everybody should get one, whether they beat you or not, because it just looks cool.
Yeah, everyone has always said that my face feels good on your chest.
It certainly does.
Yes, not yours personally, but just people in general.
Get yours in the Rock Shop at KISW.com.
The Daily Migs Show.
Today and tomorrow, it is all about Give Big. From the Puget Sound to the Palouse, the Cascades to the Columbia River. There are great things happening right now when people give what they can, and that's what Give Big today and tomorrow is all about. You can learn more about the organizations that could use some support at wagives.org. This very intense chat about gorillas versus humans.
Oh, here we go.
It continues.
It'll never end.
And now they've brought in a professional to weigh in, Steve, a Harvard-trained primatologist.
I'd imagine that's somebody who studies primates.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're very smart. His name is Michael Stern. He wanted to weigh in on this hypothetical battle between 100 men and one gorilla, and he talked to TMZ about it.
Now, before we play it, have you heard what he had to say? And if not, what do you think he said? Do you think he's going humans or gorillas?
I think he's going humans.
He's going humans. Danny, what are you thinking?
I think he's going gorillas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, one of you's right, clearly.
Gorilla.
Wow.
Here we go.
This would never happen. A gorilla would not hang out long enough to fight 100 people. So it's kind of like asking the question, what if a unicorn was fighting a pterodactyl or something like that?
All right, then, more importantly, who do you think would win, a unicorn or a pterodactyl?
I'm going with the dino.
I love how it's like, dude, just play along, man.
I know, answer the dang question.
These damn smart people from Harvard, they got to take everything literally.
It's very annoying.
You know, the things that King Kong does, the beating the chest and the jumping around and hooting and hollering and all that, real gorillas do that. But they do it as a bluff. They do it so they look big and strong so that they don't have to fight.
Who's calling the gorilla on the bluff to find that out?
Not I, said the cat.
I mean, I imagine he's done plenty of research to figure this all out. But if a gorilla was standing at me doing all that with his chest, I'm crapping my pants and running.
Would you do it back to him?
Well, apparently I should. I should call him on his bluff.
I don't know, man.
But even knowing that, if I was in that situation, maybe now knowing that, I'm like, I'm going to die. I might as well see if he's right.
They're actually very, very peaceful creatures. Really, what the gorilla is going to do is still try to get away. He's going to break through the people that are trying to hem him in and maybe throw you really far or throw you into a tree or throw you into a wall or something.
Oh, that's all. I don't mind that.
You'll heal.
As long as it's not going to kill me.
Something like that, because they are immensely strong. I mean, I heard a story of a gorilla at a zoo just getting one finger through the zookeeper's belt loop and throwing him across the room with one finger.
Those are strong pants.
That's why you need 100 people.
I think my pants would rip.
Can I get a link for those pants?
And can I see the video of that?
Yeah.
Imagine being in the other room when that happens. And Bob just got thrown big time. That's why you wear suspenders if you're dealing with gorillas.
That's fair.
Everybody knows that.
It's kind of painting gorillas in a bad light, yes. Gorillas are peaceful vegetarian creatures.
Oh, they're plant-based weirdos.
Well, they didn't say they don't eat, like dairy products or something like that.
Okay, fine. I can get them a Beyond Burger with actual cheese.
Now, that's not true of all of the apes out there. Chimpanzees can be quite a bit rougher. Chimpanzees have killed people before.
Oh, great.
And so one chimp versus 100 people, again, it's something that's not really going to happen. They're going to notice that they're outnumbered and they're going to get out of there. I think if it came down to it, if you had 100 people versus any animal out there, the 100 people are going to win.
Okay, thank you for getting to the answer finally. Well, how about that?
Simply, the animal is scared, it is surrounded, and there's not much that even the biggest, strongest animal can do.
So I was right.
All right, here's another hypothetical question. Let me see what you guys think, because I contend, how many toddlers can you take on? Like, let's just say like a bunch of 5-year-olds decide that they want to beat your ass. How long?
How many would it take?
How many would it take until you finally are being like taken down? Because I contend I can probably kick off a bunch of them. I'm not going to do this. But
were you thinking that this at tap dance last night?
I was actually
just punting ballerinas.
Danny, I know you're joking. That's exactly where I thought of this.
No, I wasn't joking.
Because they had a moment where like we're getting closer and closer to the recital, and they're like, "Hey, if you have your video cameras," I think this was the teacher's way of saying that none of these kids are picking up on what she's throwing down because they're like, if any of the parents want to come here and film the routine, that way you can practice it outside of class. Come on in. So I'm like, yeah, I want to film it. That's awesome. So I got my phone, and as I'm in there, I'm like, surrounded by, like 10 toddlers. I'm like, I could probably kick all these kids' asses.
Why does his brain work like that?
I mean, I thought the same thing. That's how exactly I knew where he was when he was thinking about this.
Honestly, though, the number in my head was like 10. That's what I was thinking.
You think 10?
I think if it was more than 10, it might get a little tricky.
Really?
Yeah, more than 10.
I mean, they're little.
I know.
I think at least 20.
20?
I'm going with 150.
150 toddlers?
Yeah, you just punch them in the face and you just keep going.
How's your roundhouse kicks?
Pretty good.
I mean, you don't want to take on Barrett. Barrett's roundhouse kick is amazing.
What about the three of us surrounded by 100 toddlers? You think we can get out of there alive?
No.
And they're hungry?
There's no chance.
And they haven't had a nap.
It's like the infected in The Last of Us. They would murder us.
The Daly Migs Show.
We know that you're a massive music fan, but could you name a song after only hearing 1 second of the hook? Prove it to us, and if you do, we're going to give you tickets to Cypress Hill and Suicidal Tendencies, Marymore Park on August 31st, 206-803-ROCK. We will play Hook or Shook at 9:20.
What kind of programs does this school have? How are the test scores? How many kids do a classroom? Homes.com knows these are all things you ask when you're home shopping as a parent. That's why each listing on Homes.com includes extensive reports on local schools, including photos, parent reviews, test scores, student-teacher ratio, school rankings, and more. The information is from multiple trusted sources and curated by Homes.com's dedicated in-house research team. It's all so you can make the right decision for your family. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are designed to outlast and outlive, backed by Toyota's legendary reputation for reliability. So get in a Tundra with the available iForce Max hybrid engine, delivering exceptional torque and towing capacity. Or check out a Tacoma. With available off-road features like crawl control, it can take you beyond the trails. Toyota trucks are built to last. So don't wait. Get yours today. Visit buyatoyota.com for deals and more. Toyota, let's go places.
Bosch's innovative power tools make you feel like a Bosch. Like when you pile drive screws and bolts with the 2-in-1 impact driver, you'll feel like
Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah!
Or when you powerfully blast through concrete with the Bulldog rotary hammer, you'll feel
like I have the power!
And when you make buttery smooth cuts with the Glide Miter saw, you'll feel
Scoobity-bee-bop smooth, baby.
what he said. With expertly engineered power tools, the more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
It's time for Hook or Shook, the game with absolutely no integrity. We'll play 1 second of a hook from a song, then you have to guess what it is. We'll bend the rules, pull out all the stops, and do anything to help you win. But you might just get shook, as one of us will play too and possibly cost you the game.
This week, we are playing for tickets to Cypress Hill and Suicidal Tendencies at Marymore Park on August 31st.
From the bong.
Oh, yeah. And it's Josh from Tacoma that's our contestant this morning. Say what's up, Josh.
What's up, Josh?
Yeah, there you go. Let's see who you're playing with. Let's spin that wheel, Steve.
Okay.
Will it be me or will it be Migs?
All right, the wheels are spinning. Who will be playing with Josh? Right now it's on T-Dog. Will it stay there? It's Josh and T-Dog.
All right, Josh, are you ready for it? Yeah, Daddy, let's go. All right, Josh, here is your clip.
Good song.
Oh, shoot. And, can I have a hint?
Yes. In the song title, there's a word that's the opposite of love.
Hate.
Yep, that's the one.
I like the way you said it, too.
And instead of the opposite of nothing would be...
Everything.
Yes.
One more word?
Maybe you need to hear the clip of the song again now that you have a little context of the song title in your head, at least.
Yes.
Okay. I hate everything about you.
Yes, and then the band is, there's a number that kicks things off, and that number comes after 2.
Is it 311?
No.
Three
No.
and Grace.
Yes. Yeah, Daddy, let's go.
We got there. It was a little bit of an uphill battle, but you know what? Not every quest is a simple one.
No.
Thanks.
All right, Josh. 1 down, 1 to go. Danny, hit me with that clip.
Talk about opposite ends of the rock spectrum right there.
Is that the name of the song, though? It's Tom Petty.
Yeah.
I Won't Back Down. Yeah, Daddy, let's go.
I like how I made you question life right there.
You did. Because sometimes there's those sneaky songs that you're like, wait, is that the song title or is that too easy?
I feel like Tom Petty is usually pretty black and white. Where like the song titles are pretty much the chorus
Free
of the song.
Fallin',
Yeah.
Last Dance of Mary Jane.
Yes. Running Down a Dream.
Great choices.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know what, Josh? You're going to go see Cypress Hill and Suicidal Tendencies. Have a great time at the show, my friend.
Thank you, guys.
You rock, Josh. Have a good one.
The Daily Migs Show. Daily Migs
Show. If we have talked about something this morning that you would like to talk with us about, give us a call, 206-803-ROCK. We will check in with the Rockaholics after 3 days grace. All morning, we have received texts and calls from you that we have not yet had a chance to chat with you about, but the time has come.
Yes.
We are checking in with the Rockaholics. So feel free to call us if you'd like to chime in on something from the show today, or if you have something on your mind that you would like to discuss with us. Checking in with the Rockaholics is brought to you by Justin Hayward at the Pantages Theater on May 13th. 206-803-ROCK. Now, earlier, Steve, we were talking about a guy that recorded how much money he spent at Disney World with his family of 5.
Right.
And we have someone on hold that wants to talk about how much it cost back in the 1970s.
1970s, okay.
But before we talk
I'm
to
sure
him,
it was a lot less.
Ooh, let's chat with Old Man Kenny from Gig Harbor. Old Man Kenny, what's going on?
Good morning, guys. Another great show, by the way.
Thank you.
Hey, earlier you ran that segment about you read the Odyssey ones, questions you should be asking Mom.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you guys should ask the hard hitters first. Mom, when were you most proud of me? And then second, what did I do where you were most disappointed in me?
Those are great. You know what? We'll ask my mom that question tomorrow morning, and then Danny's as well.
I'll be listening.
I love those. Hey, well, what about you? What do you think? What would your mom have said about you?
Proud the way I stood up to the stepfather that was beating her and whooped his butt, and disappointed in half my life choices.
You and me both, Kenny.
You know what? Good man, Kenny. We love you, man.
Thanks, old man,
Love
Kenny.
you too, brother.
206-803-ROCK. Russ from Mount Vernon, you went to Disney World back in the 1970s. Tell us what it was like back in the olden days.
Oh, hey, love the show.
Thanks,
hey,
Russ.
Anyways, it was 1987. I just got out of the military, and we went to Disney World just before they opened the Epcot Center. And we got in for there was 3 kids and 3 adults or 4 adults, and we got in for like around $300.
Whoa. That's like 2 cups of coffee at Disney these days.
It was like the kids, and I don't even remember. I think we knew somebody in the area. We parked in their place. We didn't pay for parking, but it was fun. Me and my friend got separated from his wife and the kids and everything. We spent most of our time getting drunk over at the Polynesian Resort. it was lots of fun. We were drunker than dogs by the time we got caught up with them, but they were a little pissed. But
was Space Mountain around at that time? Did you get to go on Space Mountain?
Well, we went on it, but we were getting out of the ride. They were trying to get us to track us down to throw us out of the park, but they couldn't catch us. We got a Space Mountain in a couple of places. We were getting out of the ride. We were so drunk. I mean, I don't remember. I was in like my 20s back then, and it was fun. We didn't do any harm to anybody. It was just we were just hammered.
Being goofs, yeah.
Now, could they not get to you because you were fast or because you were like hiding?
We were hiding and we were fast, jumping out of the rides, and we went on the one with the puppets and stuff, and they just couldn't catch us.
Russ, what I love about this is that instead of hiding the entire time, you're like, let's just jump on a couple of rides. They'll never see us over here. Like, I love that you still got some rides in while you were being chased.
Oh yeah, plenty of rides. It was fun.
I've always said it'd be so great to like party it up at a Disney place if we could just have a time slot where there's no children. I don't want to be hammered or, maybe in another realm of a mindset while there's children around. Like, that just seems like that would just be a massive buzzkill.
That would be the ultimate bad trip.
Right. They should have Disney After Dark.
And it's all grown-ups.
11 p.m.
Choose your own adventure.
Choose your own adventure. Just don't bring any children in here with you.
The last time my family went to Disneyland, we were all grown-ups. Everybody was an adult. There were no children born to any of us yet.
Yeah.
And we had an absolute blast. We were like running from ride to ride, pushing kids out of the way, trying to get up front, getting that fast pass. It was awesome.
Damn kids getting in the way of the happiest place on earth.
Right? As I'm drinking a margarita, chasing, down the next ride. It was awesome.
Danny's like our historian when it comes to Disney. I don't think they ever do like Disney After Dark, but has there ever been instances or stories of like them opening up the park just for like maybe like, I mean, we'd have to be really rich.
Yeah, not that I'm aware of in terms of for adults only. They have done like the grad nights and stuff, which at that point, I mean, you're pretty much an adult because it's like you're 8, but it's like for high schools in California, and they go after hours to the park, and that's like their graduation.
Oh, yeah, I have no problem being drunk and pushing high schoolers out of the way.
Yeah,
that's
okay,
fine.
that's fine.
But
I
do
just want to do
like-
it to toddlers.
Is it multiple high schools at a time, or is it just like one high school?
They do. I think they do multiple high schools at a time. If I'm not wrong with that, and they all go and whatnot. But yeah, I've never seen them do just adult night, Steve.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll ever do it.
Miley Cyrus had her birthday party there. So again, with as much money, if we just pool our money together, maybe we can have 10 minutes.
Get that Miley money.
We need some Miley money. Yeah.
Good luck.
So I just texted and said, okay, you guys have done some stupid things in the past, so this isn't out of the realm of possibilities. What do you guys think about putting on the Pacific Northwest Seagull Impression Competition, sponsored by Pinky's Plumbing?
When your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, then call Pinky's.
Nailed it.
That would be hilarious. But I don't know if I don't know how well attended that would be.
Would we get to be the judges? Or would we have to like zoom in our friends from the UK, 10-year-old Cooper and 7-year-old Shelby?
We'd have to fly the whole family in.
Oh my gosh.
We don't have
Do
the budget for that. And if you missed it earlier this morning, we had Cooper, who's 10 years old, and Shelby, who was 7.
Yeah.
They are seagull screaming competitors. Like he won the big competition over in Britain, right?
2 years in a row.
2 years in a row. And then we ended up doing our own seagull screaming impressions for them to judge. So should we start with the champion?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
And that's Taryn right there.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Yeah.
Okay. Well, save the judgment until you hear yours truly over here.
That one was good too.
And now Danny. What's yours, Australian? Yeah. All right. Well, Cooper, Shelby, who are you picking?
Taryn.
Yeah! You heard it from the lips of the champion.
All right, who's second place?
Steve.
Let's go.
Steve.
I'll take the silver. Danny, you're the worst. That's mine.
I mean, technically, Steve, you're the first loser.
Oh, thanks for putting a different spin on that.
You heard it from the mouths of babes.
And the video of them is great because we talked to them via Zoom, and they both have little seagull costumes on, which is adorable. And it'll be on our social media pages, the video of them judging our awful attempts soon on at Daly Migs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next time. You'll do a little bit better.
Okay.
I'll coach you.
I don't need your attitude. I'll tell you that much. Danny, yeah, we could do our seagull impressions better than her any day, right?
Yeah, I'm an Australian seagull any day you need me, Steve.
Okay, and I'm apparently a seagull having a stroke.
The Daily Migs Show.
All week long, we're celebrating Mother's Day, but we need your help in order to do what the task at hand is. We're going to have our moms on, but instead of having us ask the questions, we want the questions to come from you. So text us the questions you'd like us to ask our moms, 206-803-ROCK. Even better, you can ask your question through the Odyssey app with that voice message feature. Today we chatted with my mom.
Yes.
Tomorrow morning, Steve, we're going to get your mom on the horn around 8 a.m., and we're going to ask her all those hard-hitting questions. As you guys know, I am the resident farm girl here on the Daily Migs Show. Yesterday, though, was a pretty rough day on the farm. And here's why.
Okay.
We've had goats for the better part of 7 years. And before Barrett was born, they kind of had free range, all throughout our property and things of that nature.
How many goats was it again?
At one point we had three.
Okay.
We had to rehome one because he got very aggressive at one point, and I was just too nervous about him hurting someone. But then, just these past couple of months, I'd even say like a year, we have been teetering with the idea of rehoming the goats.
Okay.
And Barrett, he really loves helping. He loves being a farm guy and all that. But these goats they were just too big for him to like be in the pen or be around them. I was always worried if they would break out of the pen that they could accidentally knock him down.
Were they cool around him?
They're just large and like they weren't raised by like human hands. They weren't like bottle babies as they call them. So they were raised by their moms. So they're just a little bit more. They could have an aggressive side if they
rough around
wanted
the edges.
to. Yes,
like bad goats.
And even Lewis was so big and so heavy that he stepped on my foot more than a couple times, and I thought my foot was broken. He was like, he's a big boy.
About how many pounds you thinking?
Oh, like probably $150, $160.
Okay.
So you get a hoof in the foot, it doesn't feel great.
Oh, I've said that many times in my life.
So we finally made the decision to look into seriously rehoming the goats. And let me tell you, if you've ever had goats before, it's not the same as rehoming a dog or a cat. It's a very specific type of animal, and you want them to go to a good home, people with experience. So the vetting
it makes the search even more narrow.
Yes, the vetting process is very hard. And for me, so yesterday we ended up rehoming the goats. They went to a new farm, and it's just this feeling of it's like half relief, half guilt. I feel terrible.
Well, did they look at you weird when they were I don't know, did they go in the car? Or how did
they went in a van, and here's the thing, I couldn't even be there to say the goodbye. I had to leave, and Brad.
So they never got to wave goodbye to Taryn?
I mean, I said goodbye before I left, but I'm like, I can't be there when they're getting loaded up.
So
I was too brokenhearted. So Brad stuck behind.
Was he flipping them off? Because I heard that he didn't like having that many farm animals.
He did not like the goats. They were 100% My goats. I did 99.9% of the goat work.
Okay.
But it was awful.
Was he upset about it at all, or was he just?
I think he was upset because I was upset.
Yeah. And because Barrett was upset.
Barrett was very upset. I mean, like I had picked him up and he was looking out the window. He wouldn't even look at me. He had tears in his eyes. And I told him, I said, buddy, it's really a good thing for the goats, though. They're going to have more space. They're going to have an entire herd of goats that they get to be friends with. They're going to have a better life at this new farm. And he goes, well, can we just build him a bigger pen? And I was like,
you should have went back to Brad and asked that question.
Buddy, no. And then, and he really liked Ginger, the smaller one. And he even said, even Ginger? And I was like, yeah, even Ginger. And when they're a bonded pair like that, you really got to let them go together. Because I would have considered keeping Ginger and getting her a different goat, but Lewis is just so big. And the older Barrett gets, I'm like, I don't want him to, think that he can interact with this goat and then get hurt on accident.
Stupid question.
Sure.
Can is there like goat visitation? Like, can you?
Yes.
Okay, because are they close enough where you can?
Yes.
So did you tell Barry that? Like, listen, buddy, we'll still go visit the goats.
Yes. So he asked if we could go today.
All right, now he's asking a little too much. Like, we can't go every day.
But the gentleman that adopted them, they already have goats that are the same breed as Lewis, and so he was very excited to add these guys to his herd. He told me that we can have visitation, but I mean, like, Barrett's broken heart absolutely destroyed me yesterday.
So, Taryn, why did Brad leave you and Barrett and just leave you at the goat farm with the goats? So that's what we're going to have in like 2 weeks.
Well, and the nice thing, at least you'll know, is that the visitation rights will be better with the goats than they will be with your ex-husband.
Right. There you go. But then Barrett has already asked me, his little best friend loves pigs. She's like obsessed with pigs. He's already asked me, well, can we get pigs now? And I'm looking at
respect that. He switched from the tiers to now I got to work away. I got to, because that's Tatum.
Oh my God.
I thought like, oh man, we're going to have the toughest life lesson about the death of Lulu when Lulu died, or even when we knew she was about to die. And it was never, I mean, she was bummed and she still brings up Lulu a lot. Like, I miss Lulu. I'm like, I do too, a lot. But the first thing she says, was that mean that now we can get a new dog? And I'm like, well, that's yes.
That's just kid math.
I know, but I was like, I mean, I guess it's easier to cope with the loss if you're getting something new.
So are you guys getting another dog yet?
I told my wife already. I'm like, because she's already been texting me and sending me Instagram story like pictures of these dogs, and I'm like, we need to pay off our vacation before we even think about getting another dog.
And we are going to take a break from large farm animals before we add any more to the pack.
So what about little farm animals?
Well, they do have mini pigs.
The Daily Migs Show.
A man did the absolute unthinkable in holy water. We're going to tell you about it during the Daily Migs download after Queen.
Knowledge is power. So give us 5-ish minutes and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daily Migs download.
AKA the DMD.
Here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
And the DMD is brought to you by Palace Law. And oh man, now is not the time to lose, Mariners, especially when you're taking on the A's, who do not really have a home. They're in Sacramento right now, and they lost yesterday. And oh man, in extra innings, it was a tough loss, and that means that the A's are now one game away from first place because both teams are pretty much the hottest teams in baseball. So hopefully today, the winning ways, they come back for the Mariners.
Also, from the world of baseball, something quacktastic happened during the minor league baseball game that went down in Missouri when a pair of ducks wandered onto the field in the fourth inning and caused a game delay. One of the ducks flew off while the other one just stuck around, and eventually they opened a gate and the staff was able to get him out. But here's some of the audio from the kerfuffle.
We don't have a monitor here. I do see we've got one of our cameras on it, so I think we might be featuring the ducks who've got a front row view. And now we're going to stop play to try and get those ducks out of here.
Okay, thanks for that play-by-play right there.
What do you think those ducks are thinking? Do you think they're just completely confused and like, how the hell did we get here?
The weird part is during the seventh inning, in between the game, they were doing a new bit called duck hunting. Just gave all these kids rocks. And, no, probably not. Don't want to do that.
I hope not.
This is such a crazy story. It happened in Pennsylvania. A 51-year-old man was arrested because security cameras caught him. I mean, you've heard the term of like who peed in the punch bowl or who dropped a turd in the punch. This person decided to, go number one in the church's holy water. Not very holy.
No.
Bad idea. Well, anyways, Jesse, that's his name. He's in trouble for desecration of an object, also a long rap sheet that he's had that includes theft, indecent assault, and so many other things as well. This guy, and if you've seen his mugshot, I don't know if you could look it up online. I mean, I'm not here to typecast or say that guy looks like a kind of guy that would pee in a holy water, but he looks like the type of guy that would pee in holy water. Looks a lot like Dan. Hey, as far as weather, it's going to be a beautiful day today. 76 degrees. It's going to be sunny. The DMD is brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, and that's what's up.
Ryan Castle is up next with the Morning 12-pack.
The Daily Migs Show.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit Verizon today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
$50,000 to $80,000 to repair and replace a broken sewer? That stinks.
Well, that's what you get when you buy an older home.
We don't have that kind of money. I mean, who does?
Well, don't wait until it's too late. Call Pinky's.
Pinky's?
Yes, Darlene. Pinky's Plumbing. They do everything plumbing, even sewer and drain cleaning. A little preventative maintenance now will save you a big headache later. Just schedule it at pinkysplumbing.com.
Oh, thanks, Ethel.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities, and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
Auto insurance rates are on the rise, which is why you should call Vern Fonk Insurance. Vern Fonk could save you up to 20% on your auto insurance. The pros at Vern Fonk will do all the work, comparing different plans to find you the best options. And they can insure you over the phone. One call to Vern Fonk could save you up to 20%. Call 206-408-5094. 206-408-5094.
Remember to honk when you drive by Vern Fonk.
Restrictions apply based on a Q3 2023 study of Vern Fonk insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number 1070622.